Introducing the laser drone, a sleeker cousin of the cannon drone made of a homing cart, a construct head for targeting, between 1 and 3 beam emitters, and sometimes a battery on the back for extra power, or a stabilizer on the back to keep it upright. My early designs for this had only one emitter, plus batteries, as I didn't have many battery wells, though it doesn't use as much energy as the cannon drone. So the battery pack design might be favoured before you have what you need to win the first Master Koga fight. Therefore, sprint. Wi-Fi. As that unlocks the Steward Constructs shop right by a warp point, leading to easily upgrading your battery wells. Now the one laser design is not to be sniffed at, it can quickly deal with the leaping Yiga assassins. A few of these help with taking out camps, which I found quite cathartic the first time, because those camps were exhausting. It's like I brought tanks to a fist fight. Later, when I had more battery wells, I stopped using batteries and settled on having 3 beam emitters, and not just to make it look like the robot from Short Circuit, because this also reduces the number of drones I have to build and activate. It is efficient, but would sometimes fall over when pursuing enemies over uneven terrain. Picking it up with voice commands is very tricky mid-combat. So I added a stabilizer, still keeping the zonite cost under 20. The reason the laser drone design works well is the construct head can track enemies much faster than the homing cart base, and it saves battery power by stopping firing when there are no enemies to target, so there is no auto-firing. The beam emitters are also precise without splash damage, so there is little friendly fire. Friendly fire can still happen though, because while you can set the drone off from afar and the enemies mostly attack it, sometimes they chase you and the drone chases them and some blasts will hit you. Anyway, with 3 emitters on top, one can be enough to destroy a whole camp, so long as you help them move around if they get stuck. They are also really useful with the little Froxes in the depths that do all that dodging and leaping and retreating. The laser drone just wipes them out in a few seconds. Sleek as they are, they do have a few weaknesses. Having the homing cart base means they are still limited by its pathing abilities, so they may get stuck or take a while to wiggle round to where the enemy is, and get confused when it's on another level. If the enemy, like a Horoblin or like, is directly above them, the construct head can't aim up to target, but the homing cart will keep them directly underneath the enemy, creating a stalemate. You can try and pull them away so they start firing again, but then they roll underneath them again. Enemies with more health take proportionally more time, such as nearly a minute for a silver moblin, though it's not nearly as long as the cannon drones take, and as said, there's little friendly fire. So it's kind of a slightly dulled time instead of a prolonged, dangerous time. They are slow to defeat Gibdos because lasers don't really get through the outer shells, it takes about 20 seconds. The lasers don't work on skeletons, nor rock-based or armoured enemies. Those all end up in a stalemate. When tilting its head against an unmoving wall or ceiling, its movement can detach its own lasers, which is a little embarrassing. And like any Zonai construction, they can be destroyed by mini-bosses and bosses. And also like-likes. But the benefit of precision and minimal friendly fire makes this good to bring out in a whole load of situations. So in the edge cases all I need to do is fire some bomb arrows, throw dazzle fruit at the skeletons, and run off to strategize the mini-bosses. It is possible to add a cannon on top to get the best of both drones, but then the friendly fire issue comes back and it drains the battery wells faster, while not being much faster on enemies the laser drone can deal with itself. In fact, sometimes it's actually slower, because the explosions knock enemies away from the lasers. The consistent surgical precision from the laser drone is worth it, even if it's a little slower and you have to help it a bit. Also, after having used this for months, I recently learned that the Yiga clan designed a stationary version of this, and the Steward constructs have one with a flame emitter top. However, the beam turret can't pursue enemies around a base or if they're chasing me, and it deactivates from a much shorter distance than my laser drone, which I think is because of the homing cart having a greater range. The automated ally doesn't do long-range attacks. See here how the laser drone casually snipes the enemies the automated ally focuses on. So these don't meet my needs and I'm sticking with my laser drone.